Hello everyone, it's the Silas Who Can Do Everything channel, anything channel, and today we're making dumplings from the Eat, Drink, Animator's cookbook. Three main ingredients are cabbage, pork, and shrimp. And then we have garlic chives, and because we need wrapping, flour. If you're going to make Asian food more than once a year, ingredients are white peppers, sesame oil, soy sauce, cornstarch, sugar, and salt. These two you obviously need in your kitchen. Now, onto chopping the cabbage. So first, let's peel the cabbage. That should be enough. Yeah, that's about enough. Now time to wash it, then we chop it. Now that that's all washed, let's chop them up. There we go. Now time to put salt. About 3 tablespoons of salt is all we need. So and now we mix it. There, that should do it. Now we just put this aside and wait for the water to drain. Alright, now on to the wrapper. First we start with 2 cups of flour. That's about enough. And now, 3/4 of a cup of warm water. We'll just pour this in. That looks about right. It's not too powdery, but it's not too watery. Now we cover this in plastic wrap and let it rest for 30 minutes. Now it's time to marinate the pork. We'll be using basic Asian marinade. We'll do sugar first, just a little. A spoonful of soy sauce. A teensy bit of sesame oil. White pepper. And maybe a teaspoon of cornstarch. Now we start mixing it. Yeah, this isn't doing it. Because the chopsticks aren't doing it for me, I'm going to use my hands. There we go. And we'll put this aside. And now for the shrimp. In order to marinate the shrimp, we'll put a little bit of sesame oil and a little bit of white pepper. Dry ingredients first. And now we mix these. Now that it's marinated, we do the step that I forgot. Cut them. We'll use food scissors because I'm lazy. There we go. That's about done. Now, we put this aside. Time to chop the garlic chives. Now we're going to put this in a small colander, put salt, and let it drain. There we go. Now let's put it aside. Woo! So now after waiting, let's work on the dough. Don't forget to flour your surface first. First, we'll knead the dough. You need to knead the dough, otherwise it's going to tear. Okay, so now that the dough's done kneading, we can now make the dumpling wrapper. It starts with punching a hole in the middle. Then you start to stretch it out a little in a donut shape. You manipulate gravity to help do the work for you. Okay, now we cut the dough to little chunks the size of a large coin. So if you want a thicker wrapping, you probably want 30 chunks. If you want a thinner wrapping, you're going to do 40 chunks. Now time to roll these chunks into balls. There are 3 ways of cooking your dumpling. You can either pan fry it, you could boil it, or you could steam it. We're going to show you all 3 ways. Now if you want to boil your dumplings, you should probably start boiling the water. Now we're going to be rolling the wrapper. We take our ball and we place it down, and we take our rolling pin, we roll it like that, turn it 45 degrees, do the same thing, turn it 45 degrees, should be a circle. You can pinch it to make it more perfect than it is. So now you're going to have to call out someone else to help you fill these. They're going to be filling this with the essentials, which we need to mix. Let's get on to mixing. We take our garlic chives, pork, shrimp, 1 egg, cabbage. So we're just going to add all this. The cabbage, which has shrunk to about the size of the pork. And we'll just add that. Add the egg. Now we'll mix. Okay, so now that this is done, time to put our helpers to use. Where did they go? Oh, there you are. Make sure your rolling pin is floured so it doesn't stick. This is amateur way, and it's very fail-safe. So first you put the filling, and you pinch 2 sides together, like that. You pinch the top. Then you take the middle of the bottom, and you pinch it to one side of there. You take the same on the other side. You take the middle of that open flap, and you start pinching it like that. You do the same on the other side. I've promised you that we're going to show you all 3 ways of cooking the dumpling. So let's do it. First, let's start with boiling. So we'll take our dumpling. There you go. And we just put these in here. Make sure that they don't overlap. It's the same thing with waiting in line. when people wait in line, people don't overlap. Same thing with dumplings when you're boiling them. There we go. So once the water starts boiling once, we're going to add 1 cup of water. When it starts boiling twice, we're going to add another cup of water. And once it boils the 3rd time, we're just going to take them out because then they're done. Now next is steaming. Steaming is where you take a steamer or a steamer basket. You put these dumplings on the steamer and you just steam it for 8 minutes. That's it. So we'll put this on there. There we go. Now that we've laid these out, we'll wait for that water to boil and we'll just put it on top. Steamer goes steam! Pan fry. The hardest of the 3 methods. You start by heating up the pan, obviously. You put 2 teaspoons of oil. Now spread the oil. Take our dumplings and we'll put them on the pan. We'll be using an induction stove for demonstration purposes. There. Once it's frying a little bit, we'll put half a cup of water. And then we'll cover it. Now on to the sauce. Sauce is easy. Half and half of this and drizzle these. Put some vinegar. We'll put soy sauce. Put a little sesame oil. And just a little chili oil. Okay, now it's time to take the dumplings out of there and onto our plate. Dumplings are done boiling. A little more oil. Okay, yeah, these are done. And after you get these out of the pan, you want to put the pan-fried side up. You do this to show how nicely you pan-fried it. So, there we go. And now time to arrange it nicely. Those dumplings are now done steaming, so we can get it out. Dripping, that's good. Then we can transfer these onto our plate. These one look really good. There we go. So here are our pan-fried dumplings, our steamed dumplings, and our boiled dumplings. And here is our sauce. And that's today's video done. I hope you enjoy these dumplings that you just made, hopefully. And see you next time.